Hello everyone, my name is Noor and welcome to this podcast presentation about operating expenses, also known as OPEX. Thanks for joining me in Construction Management with Noor. In today's episode, we're focusing on OPEX. We're breaking down what OPEX means and why it's such an important concept in construction management. Let me start with a question. Why do some construction projects fail even when the planning seems perfect? Well, we often assume it's poor design or weak materials, but many times the real issue is something less visible: operating expenses. When these aren't planned correctly, even well-designed projects can fall apart financially. Operating expenses are the day-to-day costs needed to keep a business or project running. These are recurring costs that can come daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. This includes things like salaries, utilities, equipment fuel, and maintenance. What makes OPEX so important is that it helps companies plan budgets and stay financially stable over the long term. Without understanding OPEX clearly, it's impossible to manage a project sustainably. OPEX helps companies understand the real cost of staying operational. It answers questions like, how much does it cost to run this project? Is this project financially sustainable? How often do we need to allocate resources? Where exactly is the money going and how do we control it? So, overall, OPEX gives a clear picture of what it takes to separate a facility once it's built. In construction, operating expenses show up in many forms. These include labor costs, equipment operating costs, utilities like electricity and water, safety and compliance costs such as PPE, training and insurance, administrative expenses for offices and management tools, maintenance costs for cleaning and repair, security and transportation and logistics, everything involved in moving people and resources. All of these together make up the ongoing expenses of a project. When OPEX isn't planned or controlled properly, the effects show up quickly. Maintenance gets delayed, equipment breaks down more often, budgets go over their limits, and profit margins shrink. Even if the construction itself is perfect, poor OPEX management can create major setbacks. So, how do companies manage OPEX effectively? They closely monitor budgets to prevent overspending. They follow preventive maintenance plans to avoid costly breakdowns. They improve energy and resource efficiency to reduce waste. They optimize the workforce by scheduling teams effectively, and they rely on software and digital tools to track expenses and make better decisions. These methods help keep operating costs under control and projects running smoothly. It's important to understand the difference between CAPEX and OPEX. OPEX covers the recurring daily costs needed to keep a project running. CAPEX refers to one-time investments used to purchase or improve long-term assets. A simple way to remember is CAPEX builds a project and OPEX keeps it operating. Both are essential, but they serve very different purposes. A great example of OPEX is in the UAE is the Dubai Metro. Even after the metro is built, the operating expenses remain essential for keeping it running every day. These expenses include train maintenance, staffing, energy costs, cleaning, security, and administration. Without strong OPEX planning, a system like the Dubai Metro wouldn't be able to function smoothly or safely. So, to wrap up, OPEX is one of the most important concepts in construction management. It helps determine whether a project can operate sustainably over time. Thank you for watching. I'm Noor, and I hope this helped you understand OPEX more clearly.